Well, FITT, FIT, stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type, which is an exercise prescription. Well, personal trainer Eric STRATMAN from CrossFit Eng in Cape Coral gets us more this morning on how we can apply these principles to our workout routine. And Eric, I see you have a bit of a, demonstrator here this morning. So for those that don't know what FIT is, I know we just laid it out, but could you almost explain it in your own words?
Yeah, going through this principle, it really allows people to understand like what's going to impact them the most. When you look at that FIT with two T's, right? That frequency, how often you're doing the workout, that intensity, so what you're putting in, how much effort, time, obviously how long the duration of your workout is, and then the type being that what type of exercise you're doing and where that variation is. And we can break that down for you guys to see that you're getting the most out of what you're trying to accomplish from your goals.
Yeah, and let's break it down. Exactly how does the FIT principle work?
Okay, so, one of the pieces that we like to emphasize first and foremost is frequency, because this is the most important part of the principle. Because no matter how intense or the time or the type of a workout that you are doing, if you're doing one workout for an hour once a week, it's going to be much better served if you're doing a workout every day for 10 minutes. So we don't want to look at just, too often we see that we get caught up in how much time we put into a workout and then realize like, well, I really can't fit that workout into my schedule today, so I'm only going to do it once or twice a week. So that's important, that understanding that let's shorten that time and make sure that your frequency is more often.
Yeah, and I know you have somebody you're pulling in right now. I'd love to see some of the demonstrations because I think people at home, like myself, we're visual learners. So what are some of the exercises people can do?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we got Anthony with us, good news here. So we're going to go start out with some light dumbbells, and you're going to see that Anthony's going to do some shoulder press, right? And this could be like cans in your house, right? We through Rona, we realized that we have all this equipment at home, but that if we look at intensity of his workout, he's going to set those down and go from a set of 3s to a set of 20s, because now we've increased that intensity for his workout. And we said again that the time duration is not as important as how often and that frequency of it. And then we want to look at that body weight work, because if we have a bench or we have a chair, we're able to do a lot of squatting, right? Go ahead and come over here, Ant. And he's sitting down getting those squats done. And you can see that you can go ahead and sit to the bench, that he feels comfortable because there's something behind him. A lot of us, will avoid the depth of the range of motion. Now, when we look at intensity, right, we can ask him to change that to squat jumps, right? So he's going to sit and he's going to squat and he's going to jump. So sitting down, squatting, jumping. And we see that intensity can be varied by one rep after another, or if he just sits down and hangs out for a minute in between, totally different intensity. So we love that. We see that there's so much we could change in that intensity with that frequency, and hope those viewers get a lot out of knowing that they're in complete control of how good the results they can get by adding more frequency.
And something we definitely want to emphasize here is what Eric had brought up as well. You have dumbbells, you have some other things here that you're working with in the gyms. They can get expensive. So he mentioned it, some cans, water jugs, anything else in your home that you might have definitely can kind of work here when you're trying to do some of these workouts at home. Always want to thank Eric STRATMAN from CrossFit Eng in Cape Coral talking with us this morning about the FIT principle, exactly what it is and when it's most effective. FIT stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type, which is an exercise prescription. Personal trainer Eric STRATMAN from CrossFit Eng in Cape Coral gets us more this morning on how we can apply these principles to our workout routine. Eric, good morning. It seems like we got a lot more people inside the gym since we talked to you about an hour ago.
Yeah, we ain't messing around. It's 7 o'clock, and they're going to turn this down and get this party started here. So yeah, going through that frequency, as we said in the last segment, with this FIT principle, that is the most important part of this, this principle, because the more often you're working out is really the key to success, because too often people get into the focus of time. Like, how long is my workout? Is it really what I need to happen? And I don't have time to work out because I need that hour or that 45 minutes. When if you're doing 7, 10, 15 minutes, that's awesome. Do that every day, and you're going to accumulate, about an hour and a half of working out throughout the week, instead of trying to fit in 1 or 2 1-hour workouts, and just allow yourself to get the most out of it by just investing a little bit of time.
So does that mean then that the F there for fit, frequency, is one of the most important parts of it, is that you have to frequently go out and work out?
Yes. Yeah. So your frequency is there, is like, we don't have to worry about how much time you have or how intense the workout is, but we want to make sure that you are doing it on a regular basis, because the more often you expose your body to it, then that's where it is. And we've got Anthony in the back here showing us some of the different stages of intensity. So, just doing a lean back sit up, or if he's going to go on the ground and do push-ups, he's showing that there are scaled versions as well as there are, versions depending on your fitness level, because that's a very important part, is to understand that intensity piece is based on what you're able to do. People hear the word intensity and they're thinking, oh, it's got to be something that makes me feel nauseous, or I go much harder than I'm able to. It's really just taking it up a notch, because if he's doing these lunges, that's going to be more intense than if he's doing air squats. So that's just a very simple way to be able to change the intensity of your workouts without feeling like I've got to make a huge difference. Literally, you're going out at your house and you're doing a walk in the morning. If you jog a little bit for 10 feet or 100 meters, that's changing that intensity. But, going back to that frequency, so important to be able to fit in exercises that allow you to stay consistent, have that time in the day that, hey, I'm going to exercise for my 10 or 15 minutes, get it done. And on those other days that you can fit in 30 or 45 minutes, do it. Make it happen. And that will definitely help you and the viewers be more successful with their consistency and the results.
And something that's so cool too, Eric, I know we mentioned it before, we've had Anthony on the show, a tremendous success story when it comes to weight loss and everything that he's been able to do. I think he had even mentioned 100 pounds?
Yeah, so my man here sitting at 185 pounds used to be 300, believe it or not. So we'll maybe have to have some before and after pictures on the, you see the after picture here coming up in coming segments. But yeah, it's really, he's the perfect example of that frequency makes a huge difference. Adding that intensity, taking that time domain, whatever you have available, and implementing it in your schedule each day wherever you can.
Always want to thank Eric STRATMAN and Anthony this morning for joining us, talking to us a little bit more about Fitt, what it means, and then also the frequency in which you're working out every week.